Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Thank you for coming in. I'm Maradona, your personal development coach.
and I'm Nick, your fitness coach.
And
And together,
together, we
we
are
are
your
your
relationship
relationship
coaches.
coaches. We got it right today.
Yeah, we got it
All
right.
the way through. That was good. So, very interesting. We did a talk last week which was all about chores, which was all about relationship roles and bits and pieces. And then there's quite a few comments came up this week about chores. Who does the chores and what chores get done by, who and whose responsibility it was, which I thought was quite interesting, especially in this day and age when everything is changing so much, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There were sort of comments about, who looks after the children and is that just the woman's job to look after the children and, I guess general household chores, etc. And I thought it was quite interesting maybe to have a talk about that. Now, I personally, I think I'm a firm believer in the chores in a way. It's a share. Well, first of all, I don't like chores. I think it's responsibilities
Mm,
because chores is already putting a negative connotation on it.
right.
We have responsibilities,
Mm,
and as a couple, there are responsibilities that you and I undertake within the house to do things. So we don't have a child, but things like if we take cooking and I guess cleaning and
mm-hmm.
you know I know washing isn't one of my chores because I'm not allowed to do that, am I?
No,
No.
I love washing.
Yeah, but so do I. I like washing too. I like washing and drying and folding and getting all that done. So, in a way, that's an example of the different kind of things that we've undertaken about communicating about it, about the fact you like to do it.
Mm,
It's like the cooking and things like that. I know we spoke about this a while back, but I like to cook on the weekends,
right.
and I think it's good to share these things and to be open about what you want and what your
Mm,
expectations are.
yeah. Yeah, and I think we approach chores from the perspective of this is a team job.
Hmm.
It's not really seen as chores. Sometimes we're almost trying to out impress each other.
I don't know what you mean.
So so honestly it then comes back to how you look at things. And I would take that life coach perspective and be like, it's really the way you're looking at it, as opposed to the fact that it is a tough job or something like that. We could choose to classify the household tidying up and cooking
Hmm.
and cleaning up after as a chore, or we could choose to think of the fact that we like not having rodents in our house
Hmm.
and that cleaning up. So we feel as though our battle is really against the rodents. So you try to change up the perspective and you put yourself on the same team, as opposed
Hmm.
to it being, oh, he's doing more than me, I'm doing more than him. And then
Yeah.
I think we communicate so well to the extent if either person is tired, it's just a matter of saying, I'm really tired, and the other person usually isn't. We're so fortunate.
Hmm.
The other person usually isn't, and we get a lot done.
Yeah, we do. It's like sometimes if we blitz the house, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a team,
Yeah, and you
and
decide to do it together. You're
yeah,
like, oh, let's do this weekend.
yeah,
Okay, cool, that's fine.
yeah.
Or no, we can't because we have these engagements. I'm gonna be burnt out, etc. And it's like, okay, that's fine.
And what do you think about childcare then? Do you think that becomes a single responsibility or
It's definitely not a single
no? I
responsibility.
I agree with that.
Because it didn't take one person to make that child, unless you've chosen intentionally, to have a child on your own. That's totally different.
Hmm.
But two persons came together in every sense of the word
Yeah,
to make a child.
yeah.
And I think the responsibility is pretty much 50-50, but realistically, it can't be 50-50 because women are like, we have to breastfeed,
Hmm.
we have our own physical changes that we're going through while we're having a child and after we're having a child.
Yeah.
So there's so much more happening with us. And I feel that childcare isn't just physically taking care of the child, taking off a diaper. It's also understanding that your wife is going through a process also.
Mm.
So she needs care. Part of her care is childcare. Part
Yeah.
of her being sane, her getting a foot massage is childcare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I was going to say, because like you say there, you're going through a pregnancy and have gone through it. You've gone through huge, massive hormonal changes during a 9-month cycle,
Mm-hmm.
and your protective instinct of looking after this bump that has got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden is a child, another thing, and a child. When a child is born, it is the most. I think it is the most
I have no idea.
No,
what you're gonna
it has absolutely no functions that it really controls. You took at any other wild animal or anything like that, moments of being born,
Oh,
they
they
can
can fly
normally
and
walk,
things like that.
run, do
Oh, okay.
something. A child, for literally, two years, just about, it has very limited, skill sets at that point. So it's not just the 9 months, it's not just the 2 years, it's, and beyond that,
Yeah.
there is a long term commitment to childcare. And you're right, I think it is very much a shared role, and it's between all three of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's between the child, the mother, and the father.
Yeah.
Everybody needs support in those times, because things are going to be so different.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be very mindful of that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it always goes back to the same thing. If something's not working for you, or you're not happy with the way something is, it's all about communicating it,
Yeah.
being open enough to say, hey, I'm really struggling with this, or I don't like the fact that this is happening. What can we do about it? How can we change that around to try and get more support to the person who needs it?
Okay.
I think
it's an important aspect of your of redefining the roles again, and understanding that even breastfeeding is not even just for the woman. There are things out there that could have the men breastfeeding
Sorry,
the children.
I'm looking stunned. I need to go and look on the internet now and see this.
Or even just a baby bottle,
Yes.
But just understanding that it's not only the woman's role to feed the child,
No.
it's
That's-
not just her role to do a lot of different things. And when you think about it, when you put the responsibility of a role on one person, think of what you're missing out as the other person.
Yes. That's very true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big experience that you do miss
Think
out
about
on.
what you're missing out, because nothing is stopping you from doing a lot.
No.
A lot. A
And-
lot.
And I think also then you have the other side of things, where you've got paternity leave, or I think they call it paternity leave.
Paternity is for the father, yeah.
Yeah, so they call it paternity
Yeah.
leave now. I know not in all countries is that available or accepted, but certainly I know the UK and the US, for instance, and a lot of Europe, fathers can get paternity leave
Yeah.
as well, which gives them chance to increase that bond
Yeah.
between the father and the child, and the mother and the child as well, during that period of time. Financially, it obviously can make some differences, so you have to be aware of that. But it is another option that's open to you to help foster the cross sort of cross roles within the relationship and the parenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
So, so yeah,
That's it.
thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us on our chat. Thank you for sending in those comments.
Yep.
And for reaching out to us. I think that person reached out via Instagram,
Yeah,
actually.
I think so, yeah.
So you can join us there. You can find Nick at @FitNick50, and you can find myself at @InspireMeAdmireYou. And remember, we have our Love Thyself couples coaching, which is available for everyone. We're
Yeah.
open to all types of couples. And we do have a free consultation before you come in on the coaching,
Yep.
so that you can find if we're the right fit for you. That's about my bit.
I got my bit now. So hit the subscribe button, which is up there. Hit the like button, which is down there. And look at any of the videos, which may be around here. If you want, here. If you want to look at any of the videos on our channel, we love to hear from you. Please comment if you wish. And we will put our IG details in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.
Bye.